I want to say thank you so much for having me on here, Kayla. It's been such an honor to be a part of this entire seminar that you're doing, and I'm super blessed. Um, so yes, as you mentioned, I am in school right now. I just started. This is my first semester, and I'm super excited to be learning more about different ways that we can aid our bodies other than just using Western medicine. Although medicine does have its time and place, it's definitely good to help your body before you need to get to that point. So I am super excited to share with you all everything that I have today, and I just want to make sure that everyone can see me and hear me because all of my screens are frozen right now.
Oh, I can hear you and see you.
Okay, great. Just making sure. Like, I don't know, for some reason y'all screens are frozen. Okay, there you are. I can see you, Judy. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. So to start out, I just want to say, obviously, I'm not a doctor, and everything that I say is just going to be for, educational purposes. And you definitely want to do your own research when it comes to your health and wellness. And even, everyone that has spoken on here, I'm sure they'll say the same, that your body is different from everyone else's body, and you're unique, and the way your body processes things is unique to you. So as we get into a little bit about this, I want to point out that I have been using essential oils for over 6 years, and I truly love them. I've used many different brands, and for the last 4 years, I've been using Young Living solely, and I'm absolutely thrilled with the quality of these oils. Um, they have a seed to sale guarantee, which means that they source the seeds, they plant the seeds, harvest them, and distill them. All of it happens within this company. There's no outsourcing of anything. So for me, that was a huge, huge thing to know that I know exactly where my oils are coming from. I know they're not coming from China, and they're not going to be laced full of these harmful chemicals that we're trying to avoid in our bodies. So that's really important when you're using essential oils, to know that you're using a quality product. So I'm going to screen share. I was not able to be on the test run with y'all, but I think I did a little test run myself earlier, so I kind of figured it out. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. And I'm going to screen share with you guys right now. So bear with me if I'm not doing it right, because I can't see y'all, but I know you could probably see my screen.
We can see it.
Okay, great. All right, so this is obviously an educator's seminar, so I've geared this kind of more towards teachers and educators, but this can benefit anyone. If you are not a teacher and educator, this will definitely benefit you in some way. So the first thing is safety. Safety and usage are really big, and there are 3 different ways that you can use Young Living oils specifically. You can use them aromatically, which means that you put them in a diffuser, and using oils in a diffuser has a positive effect on your emotions. And if you need a little motivation, like to get your test grades in, or you're looking for something to really calm and focus yourself, or your students even. And I just want to make sure to clarify, you definitely want to check your school's policy on using essential oils during school hours with students there. Some schools are different, some don't mind, some don't even know about essential oils, so you might want to educate them a little bit on it first. But definitely check with them to make sure.
I don't know if you can hear me, but you froze. I don't hear you.
Olfactory bulb, and they trigger the limbic system in the center of the brain, and they stimulate your amygdala. The amygdala is the integrative center for emotions, emotional behavior, and motivation. And this is why diffusing oils is effective and efficient in helping to support positive moods for you and even your students. So I'm pretty sure if you're a science teacher, you probably already knew that. But for all the rest of us, I didn't really know that. And then you can also use oils topically. Topically is a pretty popular way to use oils. I really like to use my oils topically. My husband is really the diffuser. He fills our diffuser every single day, but I'm the topical person. So I like to apply them on my skin. You also have something called VitaFlex points. It's pretty interesting to know that, you know, everything is connected. But I mean, it's kind of like obvious that we already knew that, but it's really helpful to be reminded. So for example, the VitaFlex points for your brain are actually in the thumb of the hand and the big toe of the foot. And there's other places are critical too. You can apply to the back of your neck, you can apply to your wrists, and even just a drop on the crown of your head is really great, especially when you're doing like a test or something. Putting a drop of like Genius oil right on the crown of your head really helps you to stay focused and helps with that memory. So no matter where you apply them though, they're going to absorb into your skin, and you're basically good to go. So anytime you apply something to your skin, most of us know that it is going to travel through our entire systems in our bodies, and that's going to help us. So I just want to note though, anytime you're going to use an essential oil for the first time, if you've never used them before, is super, super important that you are using a small amount and you're diluting them with a base oil. And base oils are just oils like olive oil or coconut oil, grapeseed oil. You don't want to use butter or any kind of thing like that, but you definitely want to use like a plant oil. So if you have an oil that kind of irritates your skin, or you it turns red or something like that, you either want to dilute further or just avoid using that oil altogether. There's so many oils and they all have so many uses. There's definitely multiple oils for multiple uses. So that's just kind of something to remember. And so Young Living oils are pure oils, and they don't add a chemical substance is considered safe by those experts. But basically, the Vitality line has labels. They're white labels, and there's directions on those for the safe consumption internally. The regular line of oils has directions for aromatic and topical use, but I just want to point out that a lemon essential oil in a regular line is exactly the same oil as the Vitality oil in the bottle. They're the same oils, just a different label. So there you go. But of course, you know, a lot of people aren't comfortable using oils internally, and a lot of people say, you know, to get with an aromatherapist if you're going to do that. I definitely recommend not taking them internally if you don't have to, or only taking them internally if you know what you're doing. So that's super important to remember. And the first big issue we're going to focus on right now is, and I just want to make sure, is everyone still with me?
Yes.
Okay, great. And I don't know why I'm going like too far. There we go. Okay. So focus. Focus is super important when you're an educator. It's super important in the classroom and even outside of the classroom. And there's many times that you as a teacher need to stay focused, writing your lesson plans, grading papers and tests, and prepping for parent-teacher conferences and things like that. So there's actually 3 oils that will really help you focus during difficult times. Vetiver is great for grounding and stabilizing you. Cedarwood is calming, and also cedarwood, later on you'll learn, is great for sleep. Lavender also promotes just a general sense of well-being and creates a spa-like atmosphere. And so when you mix these 3 oils together, you have like the ultimate focus roll-on that you can use. And making roll-ons is super simple. You just add some drops of each oil, you add a base oil, and you kind of shake it up, and you're good to go. And you can just apply that to any part of your body. I really like to apply to my wrists just because it's easy, but if I have like a headache or something, I normally will do my temples or the back of my neck. But for this specific recipe, I would say definitely apply to your wrists and kind of just really inhale after you apply, and that will really help with your focus. Okay, then you could also mix these oils together in a diffuser. So if you were going to diffuse this focus recipe, I would do 6 drops total. So you could do 2 drops of vetiver, 2 lavender, and 2 cedarwood, and mix those in your diffuser. And that's plenty. And, you know, kind of diffuse for 30 minutes and then take a break for a few minutes, diffuse for 30. Most diffusers will have a setting where you can kind of put it on intermittent settings. And that just kind of helps your body not get too used to that oils combination. And so you'll actually it's beneficial to kind of take breaks in between diffusing. Also, this is a perfect combo for students who are a little overactive and they also need help focusing. So definitely share that recipe with their family and their parents. And it's great to educate their parents on the use of the oils too. If you're going to be using them in your classroom, it doesn't hurt to talk to them and let them know, just so they're not like taken aback by it. But it's great for helping them get their homework done and stuff like that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is school nights. So I know sleep is like a huge issue for most teachers and most students, especially right now during this pandemic that is going on. Teachers are having to do like multiple different lesson plans. So they're either doing like in person or online, or they're doing both together. And that's a lot of work and a lot of time spent. And so teachers are not getting good sleep right now, and that is not good for anyone. Okay, they need to be well rested. You need to be well rested. So while you need to get a good night's rest every single night, you know, before school, it's just really important. So your students might be meeting you for the first time. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of schools that are doing at home learning right now, and they're still not back at school yet, but they're slowly going back. So they might be meeting you for the first time, and you know, the excitement and anticipation and nervous energy can really make it difficult to just get a good night's rest for everyone. So lavender oil is very critical for sleep. It's great for your evening routine. It helps your body unwind, release, relax. And 3 to 6 drops in your diffuser is really, really going to benefit you at nighttime. And you can also take your nighttime diffusing experience to the next level by adding in marjoram or peace and calming. So marjoram really helps promote peace and sleep, and peace and calming is a blend of 5 different oils that is great for promoting confidence, self-love, peace, and also calming, of course. And so as you can see on the screen, there's a little diffuser recipe there. And like I mentioned earlier, I normally only do about 6 drops of oil in the diffuser. Sometimes I can do even less of that. It depends on how strong the oil actually is. So like peace and calming is a pretty strong oil, so I normally stick to about 2 drops. But also, if you're not, you could also make that in a roll-on if you wanted to, and you would just do a few drops of each oil and mix with the base oil. But if you're not a DIYer, and some people aren't, and that's totally okay, you could take advantage of Young Living's roll-ons. They actually have roll-ons that you can purchase, and there's cedarwood, not cedarwood, peace and calming roll-ons, and those are really great for people who don't really have time to make a roller or just don't want to. Okay, moving on to are, oh, and there's another one also. The Tranquil Roll-On is great. I really love the scent of that one. Keeping your immune system strong. So I'm sure we all know that it's super important right now to keep our immune systems boosted so that we're all healthy and we're not getting sick, especially if you're an educator, because you, for one, you don't want to have to miss time away from work. Two, your students don't want to miss you away from work or school. And it's just, no one wants to be sick. So it's always important to keep your immune system strong. And as a teacher, you know, you get the summer off. I don't know about this summer. You might have to work extra hard. Who knows? But that means, you know, you get more outside time and your normal dose of vitamin D from the sun to support your immune system most of the time. I don't know about this summer. We probably didn't get very much vitamin D at all. But what happens when we're back in the classroom? You know, you get stuck inside all day long. You're not getting normal sunlight. You're not getting that vitamin D support that you're needing, and you're not getting your daily dose of vitamin D. So some practical tricks to keep yourself healthy besides eating well, and I know we all heard the nutrition talk earlier. Eating well is super important for your nutrition and health and well-being, but getting plenty of sleep and drinking water, okay? These are your weapons for your arsenal. Water is super, super important. Our bodies are made mostly of water, and if we're not drinking enough water, our bodies are not functioning properly, okay? So the best thing to do, this is what we do in our home. We start each day off with 1 to 2 ounces of Ningxia Red, and that's basically a shot glass of Ningxia, or half a shot glass. And it's an antioxidant drink. It's a proprietary blend of wolfberry puree and concentrated blueberry, plum, cherry, aronia, and pomegranate juices. And it also is infused with orange, yuzu, lemon, and tangerine essential oils. And so all of these things support your digestive, cardiovascular, and endocrine systems. And Ningxia Red also aids in detoxification, energy production, and brain function. And I also want to add, Ningxia Red is great for curbing sugar cravings. If I'm craving a ton of sugar and I drink Ningxia for an entire week straight, every single morning, only my 2 ounces, I do not crave sugar at all. And if I even have a bite of sugar, I feel ill. So I will say that it is great for helping with that. So it's definitely good to kind of keep consistent on that, especially if you're trying to keep your health up by, you know, reducing the amount of sugar that you're eating every single day. So we love our Ningxia in our house, and it's great for, you know, boosting that immune system. And you can also add vitality oils to it and give it an extra bit and talk about living above the wellness line. So you might not know what that means, but I mean, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together, that living above the wellness line means that you're healthy and not sick. So you're staying up here and trying to avoid getting here or here. Okay. So personal days are limited when you're an educator, and needing a substitute teacher is not ideal, because I know when I was in school, substitute teachers didn't really do much at all as far as teaching. It was more of just babysitting the class until the teacher came back. And so it's not ideal, because then your class could get behind, you get behind, and that just makes everything chaotic, right? So in addition to a daily dose of Ningxia Red, I also recommend making a wellness roll-on and using that every single day before school and after school, okay? So this wellness roll-on is actually very, very concentrated with oils. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're new to oils, you can definitely reduce the amount of drops that you put in there so that it doesn't irritate your skin. I have been using oils for a very long time, and I could use most of these oils without a base oil, which I don't recommend to anyone who is brand new to essential oils, because your body has not built up a tolerance to that, and using a small amount is actually better. Okay, so, and less is more, basically. So as I said, your personal days are just limited. So you're going to have to do what you can to make sure that you are keeping yourself healthy. And this isn't even in any of my information, but self-care is super huge. If you're not doing self-care, you need to find time somewhere in your day for at least 5 to 10 minutes of you time. And that could be just taking a simple bubble bath. Who doesn't need that, right? We all need to have some kind of self-care squeezed into our days, okay? And every single day if you can. But yeah, just 5 to 10 minutes by yourself, meditate. As y'all were saying before, meditate, do some yoga or take a bath, do something that is going to help you keep your health up, okay? So we also want to touch a little bit on cleaning your classroom. And I know this isn't like something that a lot of teachers probably don't even have to clean their own classrooms because they have janitors and stuff like that.
We do now.
Okay. Well, that's
Between the classes, changing classes, and kids changing tables and everything, the teachers are responsible for the disinfecting.
okay. So this would be great, even more now than before COVID, because the things that you're using to clean your classroom are going to make or break your health. Okay. If you're using bleach every single day to clean your classroom, those chemicals are staying on those surfaces, and those can actually bring your immune system down. And so you really want to be mindful of what you're cleaning your classroom with. And I'm not sure if there's regulations on certain things or not, but I mean, who knows right now, there's regulations on everything. But many of the generic cleaners, that are used in homes and in classrooms contain phthalates, and those interfere with hormones and are carcinogens. They also contain asthma instigators and poisonous ingredients that really affect you and your students' health. And that's why it's important, like I said, to know what you're using. So we love to use Thieves Cleaner. We've been using Thieves Cleaner for the last 4 years. And whenever this pandemic started and everyone went out and cleaned off the cleaning shelves of the stores, I didn't freak out because I already knew that this product I was using was beneficial to us and was helpful at doing what we needed it to do by cleansing, our home. And I know a lot of people were even cleaning more than usual, which I didn't. I mean, when you're a busy mom, cleaning once is enough, but having to clean over a multiple period times of the day, that's just too much. And so I do applaud you teachers for having to clean your classrooms constantly, because I know that has got to be a pain in the butt to have to add that extra work on top of what you're already doing. So Thieves Cleaner is plant-based. It does not contain any of those big bad phthalates or other harmful chemicals. And it can be used on multiple surfaces. It is a multi-purpose cleaner. So you can use it in the bathrooms, the floors, on the toys if you're a early childhood educator, clothes, carpet, mirrors, windows, desks, etc., etc. You can use it on everything, and it is safe. Okay. So there's an entire Thieves line of products, and as you can see on the screen there's the cleaner. There's also Thieves Spray, which is 99.9% effective at killing germs, and the Thieves Hand Sanitizer, which is also 99.9% effective at killing germs. And that is a huge thing. These are OTCs, so they are approved for saying that they can kill those things. And I just want to point out that, lots of schools are having to use hand sanitizer right now. And hand sanitizer, I don't know if any of you have seen recently, but a lot of it has been recalled because it has contained, and I can't even remember it, but it's a type of alcohol that you're not even supposed to put on your body. And it can cause severe sickness and even death. So you really want to be mindful of those things that you're putting on your body, especially right now during this time. So yeah, that's super important to know what you're using. So let's talk about energy and just being joyful in general. So as a teacher, you've encountered a lot of emotional ups and downs, I'm sure, especially you, Kayla, being a special education educator, you have a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes you really just need a little extra support in the emotions and the energy department. And maybe, maybe you've had to cover somebody else's class. I don't know if they're really doing that during COVID, but I mean, I'm sure it happens anyway. Or you've had to head home to care for your own family after a long day of teaching. Just whatever the situation may be, there are many, many great Young Living options to help keep you energized, like the Ningxia Nitro. It is a small little shot of naturally occurring caffeine from dark chocolate. So it tastes good, but it is also beneficial for your health. And it is not like coffee where you're going to get overstimulated and just feel that yuck after it wears off. So it's really great for that afternoon crash feeling you get, or that after lunch feeling. And there's also some great oils that can help keep you smiling all day long. Joy is a great blend for that. And I really love me some Joy. It smells so delightful. And it has about 10 different oils that are in it, and they all help uplift your emotions. So it contains rose oil, which is the most expensive oil on the market is rose oil, and true rose oil. It has a very high frequency. And if you know anything about frequencies, all of our bodies have a frequency, and our frequency can be very low when we are under the wellness line, and they can be very high when we're above the wellness line. And when we add oils that have a high frequency to our bodies when we're down here, it really helps to kind of bring us more up here. So it's super, super good to have high frequency oils in your arsenal to keep you healthy and happy. Orange and lemon are great at bringing peace and happiness to your mind and body. And peppermint is a very stimulating and invigorating energy boost. And it is also really great for memory. So again, if you're doing tests, it is a great one to have on hand. And so you can see there's a Joyful Energy roll-on recipe there where you can add all of those to a little roller bottle and top it off with some base oil, and you are good to go. Like, just roll it on and huff it really hard. I like to inhale my oils really deeply to really just get them into that olfactory system. I do want to note that citrus oils are what we call photosensitive. So if you're going to apply those to your skin, you just want to be aware of sun exposure, because it can just make you a little more susceptible to getting sunburned. So just kind of avoid a direct sunlight on that specific area of your body for about 12 hours after application. But if you're applying to your wrists and you're not going to be outside and you're a teacher, you're probably in the classroom all day, I think you're going to be just fine on that. So, but it's just, something that you should be aware of. Okay, the occasional stressors. Stress. Who isn't under stress right now? I mean, I have been stressed for months, probably this entire year. And to be honest, I'm so ready for this year to just be done and be on to a new one. But then I'm thinking that the new one's probably not going to be as great either. But I'm trying to have a little bit of a positive attitude about it. So hopefully it's going to be better. I choose for this year to be better. Okay. You have a lot of responsibility as an educator, and hopefully you love your students. I know most teachers and friends that I have that are teachers tell me constantly they love their students. They get to know them. They get on such a personal level with their students over the course of a year, and well, not even a year, because you're not even there an entire year, but over the course of the school year, they get to know them so well, and they love them. And but hopefully you love your students and their parents, and even your job. I hope you love your job. But even those in the best working environments have very challenging days. And for various reasons, you know, there's administrative days, teacher evaluations, lots of prep work that has to be done, short throw projectors, smart boards, challenging students, and parent emails that you're having to send out. And if you're doing, you know, virtual teaching right now, you're stressed about that because it's new and you've never had to do it before, and you've had to short period of time that you've had to learn how to do it, and it's not fun for anyone. Lavender and copaiba, and it's a really great oil for kind of just helping melt some of that away. It can release tension and help your mind and body relax. And I feel like I've said mind and body a lot, but it's super important that we know that our mind and our body are connected and that we have to keep both of those things in correlation, like together, because if they're not, if one is off, the other is going to be off as well. So it's really important to keep those two in sync. So you could also put a drop of that onto your head in the morning before the day even begins, because you never know how your day is going to go. And then next is motivation. So I'm pretty sure lots of teachers right now and educators are really lacking some motivation because they're so stressed and worn down and overworked and tired. The motivation can really just be lacking everywhere. So how long is a teacher's typical to-do list? I mean, right now it's probably very long and everyone needs motivation at times, but this one is perfect for teachers. And I like to call it the get her done roll-on blend because it really just helps give you that extra push that you need sometimes to get through it all, and just, you know, leaving some time for you, and it helps you be extra social, I guess. So black pepper is really great for stimulating your body and really just helping you get that energy you need. And then lime and orange together are really just a kick in the pants. And frankincense is great for everything, but, you know, spiritual awareness and really helping ground you and making you really feel aware and present and ready to go. So this is a really great roll-on blend that you could use. Again, you could also modify this and put it in your diffuser if you wanted to, and just kind of make 6 to 8 drops or something like that, and really just, it's great to have on hand and keep you going. All right, guys, so that's kind of the end of everything. I know that was a lot of information to really take in. I order Young Living every single month. I order on this program called Essential Rewards. As you can see, like if you're going to commit to your health and wellness, it's super, super important that you get everything you can out of everything you're using. So I really like to use this rewards program because you get free gifts, you get points back that you can use for more things, and also discounted kits that include everything like the Thieves kits and the Ningxia Red that you need to be drinking every single morning. So it's really a great program to have in place so that you're not running out of something or worried that, you know, you're not going to have a certain thing and things like that. So it's great to have that program in place. And I know that there's a lot of, this is probably going to be recorded so that people can watch later on, but if you are interested at all in any of the products that I talked about or using any of the wellness tips and tricks in the oils and you really want to start your wellness journey, this is the best way to start it, is with this premium starter kit right here. This one includes most of the oils that we talked about in this seminar, and it's just a great way. It also includes the diffuser there and a couple of sample packets of the Nixia and also some hand sanitizer and the Thief spray as well. So this is a really great and budget-friendly way to get started on the journey of using essential oils in your classroom or in your home even. So hopefully if you're using them in your class, you're using them in your home as well. And I just want to say thank you so much. And if anyone wants to further talk to me, I'm sure Kayla will put somewhere a link to something to contact later on. And if you have any questions or anything like that, I am more than happy to answer those questions. And yeah, so I hope that was not too much information for everybody at one time.
You know what blends that you're going to be giving away?
So I was actually thinking about that earlier today, and I was like, which blends would really benefit someone who has never even used these before? And I came to the conclusion that I'm going to give away the, hold on, let me look back. I forget which all ones I was even looking at. 1 second. I think I'm going to do the stress one, because stress is super huge and I think no one should have to be stressed right now. And also a joyful one. So stress and joyful. So I'll be giving away both of those to one person. And how are we going to go about doing the giveaways? Have you?
I'm giving away links for them to fill out a survey.
Okay.
And when the survey's done, then they get put in the drawing, and we're going to do it on October 10th so that everybody has a week to be able to watch the videos.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much for having me. This was great. I really enjoyed it.
Everybody who stayed with us today, thank you. And if you're watching later, just let us know. Talk to you later. Bye.